welcome to the Scott Ferrell Show. Thank you so much for dropping by today. I hope your day has been as great as mine. Even though Christy took the day off and did not make my coffee, the owner of the restaurant did, so it was just as sweet. So does it mess your day up when the people you depend on every single day, and I'm being funny here, the coffee shop or wherever it is you go every day, get your tea, hot tea, we're in the South so it can be sweet tea, and they're not there, and they're like, whoa. These are the people that handle my stuff every day. And it throws you completely off. How dare them take a day off when it's my turn to come in here? And you sit and you laugh and you go, wow, am I really that stupid or selfish? These people work so hard. They're not here just to serve me. But you get to know them and it feels like they're almost family. So for them to take a day off, it's not really about the coffee. It's about the social interaction. You don't get to talk to them. You don't get to hear them. It takes you out of your rhythm there for a second, which leads me into my topic coming up. But before we get to that, I want you to know how you can be involved with my show. If you have a question for me and you want it answered on the air, remember we're here for 2 hours every single day, and I try to do at least an hour. I don't always get it in, but at least an hour of question and answer time. I call it the mailbag. Why? Well, you're sending your mail to me via text or email, and it gives me an opportunity to look at the question. Now, here's what I do. I don't like to take your questions, figure out fancy answers, and then spill them out to you. I refuse to do that. The first time I see these questions are when they're in front of me. I don't like to pre-answer answers because that's fake and that's contrived and it looks like I'm trying to manipulate people. I refuse to do that. So when I see the question, it's the first time I've seen it. But how do you get involved with that? Questions@scottferrell.com. Just type us an email. Only one rule. I'll keep that one rule forever. It's got to apply to more than one person. Basically, I just don't want to sit and answer questions that we could do on our own. So if you've got a question for me, go ahead and send it in. I'll be glad to answer it. It's just got to apply to more than one person. Also, you can text those 706-889-9700. Remember, I do have a coaching and consulting company. I help people solve problems in their personal lives and their business lives. That's great. Be glad to help you. Do it every single day. Got many clients. Send those questions to info@scottferrell.com or just go to my website, scottferrell.com. You can also get in on Twitter, Real Scott Ferrell, or you can go by Facebook. Love it when you go to Facebook because it gives other people an opportunity to see your question, add their input, because sometimes you don't even need my input. People out there have experienced many things. I don't know everything. Sometimes there can be a mom or a dad that have been through that situation that could probably answer that question better than I could at the time, because they have a personal experience or connection with that. So that's how you get in touch with us. We'd love to have you part of our show. We're doing live remotes on Fridays. Don't forget that. Our live remote situation is in Blue Ridge, Georgia. If you've never been to Blue Ridge, it's one of the prettiest places that you could ever see, especially on a beautiful sunny day. Come on by Sycamore Crossing. We're there from 8 to 12. I'm on from 10 to 12, and BKP's on from 8 to 10. So we'd love for you to come by, be part of the audience. Throw your questions out. I get out Mr. Microphone. We go out and ask the public what it is that they think is important right now, which leads into today's topic. Did your mom ever tell you, hey man, don't hang around those boys. Don't hang around those girls. They're nothing but a bad influence. Or you've heard the situation. You are who you hang around. And if you go to a motivational or inspirational conference, you'll hear the speaker go, look around. You're a sum total of the 5 people you hang around with all the time. You've heard all these cliches and you've heard all these sayings. Are they true? Was your mother right? Was Three Dog Night right when they said, Mama told me not to come? Was that a true statement? Yeah, I think so, yeah. From what I teach, it's 100% true. So if that's true, I want to look at some behavior patterns in some of our public figures right now. I have not watched the DNC, and I don't plan on watching it. I try to stay away from pathological lying sometimes. On both sides. I'm a libertarian, so I'm not a member of either party. But I want to look at this. You are who you hang around. So you will end up being the sum total of the people you hang around, right? Okay, look back to high school, look back to college. Chances are that is true. So let me look at Hillary. Okay, everybody that she's hung around is either going to jail or been indicted or in some type of scandal. And when I say everybody, I mean her political people. I don't know her personal friends. There's something there. It was funny, I was looking at what Donald Trump Jr. said. Said he's the first person that's ever run for president that could not pass a background check. Okay, if they can't pass a background check, why are we voting for them? But here's what I want to get to with Hillary. Debbie Wasserman Schultz fixed the Democratic elect. Fixed. Okay, when the fix is in, normally somebody goes to jail. So she resigns as DNC head, but she goes back the very next day to work for Hillary's campaign. Are you really the sum total of who you hang around? Well, let's look at the characteristics that go with that. Negativity. Wowza. If you're around bad people, as my mother used to caution me, don't hang around the bad people. What a lot of people didn't realize was I was the bad guy. I was the one influencing everyone else. It does add out, and it is correct at times. But the negativity surrounding that. You take one bad seed, add it to a group, you got more bad seeds because they got their negativity and the stress that it brings. You ever been in a group and you're having a great time, you're sitting in a coffee shop, and someone negative comes over and they add to the conversation, and what happens? It starts to poison the rest. I know married people that have started to hang around single people and divorced people, and all they did was bash one gender or the other. And they themselves ended up divorced. I wonder why. Because it's true. A lot of times when we hang around those groups and we start to hang around the bad group, there's no purpose involved. We don't know who we are. So we gravitate to a group that's probably not favorable to the rest of our lives. Again, let's look at school. Let's look at college. Let's look at work. Who do we tend to gravitate towards for lunch, for break? Who do we hang out with in high school? Again, lunch, break, after school, work. Who is it? If you look at that, you'll notice that they don't really have purpose attached to what they are, who they are, and they don't really understand the direction they're going in life. Because if you've got that negative group, okay, and you've got them all talking negativity, what are they not talking? Future, current situation right now, how to problem solve, how for life to get better, how things are going to improve. They're not talking about ideas, they're talking about people. And then let's look at what that does to your life. It not only destroys your life, and it will, it destroys every single life around you because you can't isolate the negativity. Remember, you are the sum total of who you hang around, and I'm talking about negative people right now. I'm not talking about the positive. And if you're the sum total of negative people, do you think that that one negativity is just going to stay in your life? No. It's going to reach over to other people's lives. All right, now I haven't even got halfway through this list, so I'm going to keep going on some of this list when we get back from break. Remember, if you've got a question for me, if you've got a concern, maybe you've got a topic that you want me to discuss on the show, it's great. I'd like to cover things you want to hear. Send me an email at questions@scotferrell.com. You can hit me up on Facebook, like our page, or you can go 706-889-9700. I don't know why it is. I must repeat that number 10 times a show. And for some reason, I just go brain dead every time I've got to say it. All right, but that's cool. Send us in. Let us know what you want to do. Don't forget, Gabriel Bello is going to be on my show today, an award-winning jazz artist, and he's also the #1 Stevie Wonder impersonator in the United States. I'm Scot Ferrell. I'll be right back.
The 50 sale is back at Schottenkirk Ford. 50 trucks must go in the next 50 hours. Shop over 250 trucks in stock and starting as low as $79.95. And there's several more on the lot just like it. Yes, 50 trucks must go, and not just Fords. We have all the best makes and models. You have 50 hours to cash in on huge savings. Don't miss our 50/50 sales event at Schottenkirk Ford in Jasper. Online at SchottenkirkFordJasper.com.
While the best athletes gather to compete, the rest of us gather to eat. Pizza Hut's Big Flavor Dipper is here. Almost 2 feet of pizza with 4 flavorful dipping sauces. Big enough to feed the whole team for a small price, just $12.99. The Big Flavor Dipper Pizza, only at Pizza Hut.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey in Elgin.
Introducing Pizza Hut's first $5 flavor menu. Just $5 each when you order 2 or more. Say yes to a medium one-topping pizza. Yes to Wing Street Wings. Yes to new stuffed garlic knots. And much more. It's easy to say yes to our first ever $5 flavor menu. Only at Pizza Hut.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
The summer sell down is on at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. And if you like to save, the time is now. Get a brand new Chevy Malibu for just $19,700. Loaded Silverado Crew Cab LT, just $33,500. Or a new 2017 Equinox from just $23,700. Days has bonus savings on every new Chevy. But time is running out. Don't miss the summer sell down at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Welcome back to the show. Thank you so much for being part of my day. I'm glad you are. What I was covering earlier was, just in case you're jumping in right here, you didn't get a chance to see the first segment, I want to catch you up. We're like family here, so I can't leave family out of the conversation. I was talking about, was Mama right when she said, the people you hang around are going to be the people you become, or as Three Dog Night said, Mama told me not to come. Was Mama right? Was your coach right? Were your teachers right about, hey man, you're going to be the sum total of the people you hang around? I led off by talking about Hillary and the DNC and the fact that even though Debbie Wasserman Schultz fixed the election for Hillary instead of Bernie, which should frighten everyone, because if they do it just for the DNC, they're going to do it for everybody. You take that person and you put them on your campaign. So let me ask this question. Is Hillary the sum total of all the thugs that hang around her? It's yes or no. And when you go to the ballot box in November, you're going to have to ask that. But now let me ask you, are you the sum total of the people you hang around? So many people decide to hang around negative people. Now, it only takes one negative person to spoil the group. One bad apple can spoil the whole bunch because the negativity just starts to seep. We live in a vibrational world. There's more than one time zone. There's one time dimension. And a vibrational world is what we live in. So if everything vibrates and everything has a frequency and everything has a resonance, don't you think that that one negative person that comes over to the group of 5 starts to seep through? Of course it does. Just like acid's going to seep through a cup if I put it in this coffee cup here. It's going to eventually seep through. So we really are the sum total of who we hang around. When I go out and speak, so many people will ask me, how did you get where you are? How did you end up doing TV, radio? How did you get your career on track? How did you end up getting clients? How did you start your company? And we'll sit down and talk. And then what I say is not really relevant. What they say is, because I can talk to them blue in the face, but I have to figure out who they are, where they are, and who they hang around. And is it destructive or is it uplifting? Is it positive or is it negative? Is it good or is it evil? And they'll sit and talk to me for 5 or 10 minutes. If you give me 5 minutes, I'll tell you the rest of your life. I can sit down and talk to you, ask the right questions, and I'll figure out exactly what path you're going to be on. Not wrong many times. And I always tell people, until you redo your life or your program that you're running currently and you're living out a script that someone else wrote you, you're not going to make it. All right, so if Mama was right and you are the sum total of who you hang around, what's that look like? All right, so hopefully you're thinking right now, oh my gosh, I probably got some people I need to, hey, bro, you got to go. What are the things that hold us back from success? All right, one's hanging around the wrong people. Okay, let me look back at Hillary again. She's been extremely successful in politics. The only problem is everybody around her is a bad person. And I'm saying politically, not personally. I don't know her personal friends. So let's look what else holds you back from success. You don't know who you are. You don't have a clue. I talk to a lot of millennials, and let me segment what age millennials. 18, 20. I know we've got different differentiations of these age groups, but anybody from 20 to 30. And a lot of them don't know who they are, and so they're going to go to college to find themselves. And I always go back to, so you're going to spend $60,000 to find yourself. Hey man, I can take you on a worldwide vacation for less. We'll have more fun, and I know you're going to know who you are by the time we get back. Just foot the rate for me, and I'm all good. I'll take you on a 10-day cruise, and you'll get back, and you'll feel a whole lot better and be a lot cheaper. All right, but they don't have any clue of who they are. I don't know who I am. I just want to help people. I want to do good things. I want to have fun. I want to enjoy life. That's great. That's not a path for success. That's an idea that has no action that is measurable behind it. All right, so no more reason why we're not successful, or what holds us back is we don't have a clue of who we are. Coupled with, do we have a creator or not? Were we made or were we not? Did God create the world or did he not? Might want to make that decision. Again, if you're in limbo, you can't decide which way to go. And sitting on a fence, you can't go either direction. So you have to figure out which purpose is. Who am I? What are my skill sets? What do I have to offer to the world? What do I have inside of me right now that can benefit humankind? What is it? I better find out and better get with it. Coupled with that, so you don't know who you are, you don't have a purpose, you don't understand if you were created or not, you don't have any discipline. So many people I talk to or come by and ask me to help coach them. And they go, man, I just like to go day to day. I don't really like to have a schedule. I kind of like to just float around, do what I want to do. You know, I'm just one of those guys. I just take it as it comes. Take it as it comes. That's cool. That's cool. If you want to take it as it comes, let me tell you how this time sequence works out though. Today's going to turn into tomorrow, and tomorrow's going to turn into the next day. And as you take it as it comes, you don't have any plan, you don't have any purpose, you don't have a direction. You can't start a company and run a company that way. You can't run a career that way. Now, I realize that people in the music business and writer business tend to be a little more like that. My wife's one of those. But my wife is also self-disciplined. She sticks to a schedule, and she gets a project done. Even though she's more of a literary thinker, dreamer person, where I'm very mathematical and I'm very sequential. But she still gets the project done. So many times that we don't even have self-discipline to finish anything. I tell people that have no self-discipline, you got to have something that's measurable throughout the day, that you've done an action that can be measured. What is it? Go fix yourself a cup of coffee, finish the drill, make sure everything's placed back. All right, that's one, that's a step. But you got to have self-discipline to be successful. And if you don't have self-discipline, ask any athlete, ask any performer, ask any musician. If you cannot put in the hours of practice, you're not going to be successful. And you really will be the sum total of who you hang around. Remember, you're the sum total of who you're hanging around. And that's what I'm driving at. What's holding you back? Well, yeah, I've been talking about Hillary and the Democratic Party because that's a slap at them. But it's also a slap at us because we tend to hang around the same people. And we tend to get negative on things real fast. Now keep in mind, as I talk through this, the only person who can control you or your outcome is you. All right, so let me get this. We've already got who you hang around. You don't have any glue. You're still trying to find yourself. You don't believe in God, or you do believe in God, but you haven't believed enough in God to understand you have a purpose. Now, you want things to change without things changing. And I'll sit down with people. It drives me crazy. I'll sit down and go, okay, well, I'm jazzed here. I'm stoked about this. You want your life to change, right? Yeah, man. Whew, I'm in. I'm excited about this. And then I'll say, okay, things have to change for things to change. Oh man, I don't know if I can do that. And then I'll replay the tape again. Okay, let me go over this again. You said that you wanted your life to change. Yeah. I'm in. But you just said that you didn't want that to change. Well, no. Okay. All right, remember that old cliche of if you continuously do the same things, what's insanity? Continuing doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. In order for things to change, things have to change. Everything's got to change. I don't understand why that's so puzzling sometimes. But people look at me like deer in headlights. Dog who can't figure out what his owner's doing. I don't get it. You've come to me to change your entire life. And you've come to me because every single thing that you've ever had happen in your life to this point has not made you happy. And you're looking for that thing, that something that can give you meaning, that gives you a reason to get out of bed the next day. And you've been hanging around the wrong group because you are the sum total of all those negative people you hang around. And you've also adopted everything that they believe, which is no purpose, no plan, no direction, live for the moment, live for the day. And you've told me you want things to change, but now you're not willing to change them. So let me tell you this again. Until you're willing to change, don't try. I look at people and go, you're in this to win or you're in this to lose. Which one is it? You either want to win this or lose this, but halfway or sort of or maybe it's not going to do the job. All right, so that will hold you back. And which leads me to, again, I know it's an overused cliche, but it rings true. Dr. Von Braun told JFK, there was only one thing that we needed to get to the moon. And I'm a big NASA fan and a NASA freak, and as a child I really wanted to work at NASA. So I watch all the movies that are connected to NASA. And President Kennedy wanted to know what was it going to take to get to the moon. And Dr. Von Braun just said one thing, and it comes down to this in life too, not just to go to the moon, the will to do so. When people come to me, it's genuine. Some way in some form they want to change. Or they want their business to get back on track. That's true. But they don't have the will to do so. It's just like you and I talking right now. And you know that collective group, you are who you hang around. You are the sum total of your 5 best friends. And you understand that out of those 5, maybe 2 got to go. Two got to go by the wayside, or you can't ever be who you want to be. You can't go on to the next level in your life and have that purpose, plan, direction for the rest of your life. And you know it. And you know you can't beat it until you do it. And I have to ask you, do you have the will to do so? Are you going to do what it takes to make that happen? All right, I'm going to cover the rest when I get back because I got to go to break. If you have any questions for me, if you got a question about this, send me an email, questions@scottferrell.com, or send me a text, 706-889-9700. If you got a question just for me on any of these matters or anything else, info@scottferrell.com or scottferrell.com. Now don't forget, Gabriel Bello is coming up in the next hour. You don't want to miss it. One of the best jazz musicians I've ever heard. I'm Scott Ferrell. You sit tight, get out pen and paper, because I'm going to give you something to write down. I'll be right back.
The 50-50 sale is back at Schottenkirk Ford. 50 trucks must go in the next 50 hours. Shop over 250 trucks in stock and starting as low as $79.95. And there's several more on the lot just like it. Yes, 50 trucks must go. And not just Fords. We have all the best makes and models. You have 50 hours to cash in on huge savings. Don't miss our 50-50 sales event at Schottenkirk Ford in Jasper. Online at SchottenkirkFordJasper.com.
While the best athletes gather to compete, the rest of us gather to eat. Pizza Hut's Big Flavor Dipper is here. Almost 2 feet of pizza with 4 flavorful dipping sauces. Big enough to feed the whole team for a small price, just $12.99. The Big Flavor Dipper Pizza, only at Pizza Hut.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
friendly service, and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey in Elgin.
Introducing Pizza Hut's first $5 flavor menu. Just $5 each when you order 2 or more. Say yes to a medium one-topping pizza. Yes to Wing Street Wings. Yes to new stuffed garlic knots. And much more. It's easy to say yes to our first ever $5 flavor menu. Only at Pizza Hut.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
The summer sell down is on at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. And if you like to save, the time is now. Get a brand new Chevy Malibu for just $19,700. Loaded Silverado Crew Cab LT, just $33,500. Or a new 2017 Equinox from just $23,700. Days has bonus savings on every new Chevy. But time is running out. Don't miss the summer sell down at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Welcome back, Scott Ferrell Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. I can't leave a topic sometimes. I'm one of these guys, I gotta finish something before I move on. All right, so I had one more thing left on what are the things that hold people back from being successful. I gotta get that in, then I'm gonna jump to my next topic. The last thing I see, well, there's two things. You gotta give to receive, and you gotta appreciate. All right, yeah, you are the sum total of who you hang around, so you might wanna do an inventory of who you're hanging around with. Who are the 5 best people, or your 5 best friends, or the 5 people you hang around with? Work, your personal life, church, social groups. Who are they? Are they the influence you want to get what you want, or are they holding you back from success? Two things are going to always hold you back. You're trying to get before you give, and your lack of appreciation. I tell business owners all the time, go around and thank your workers for being there. Yeah, they got to be there if they want to get paid, but people work for more than pay. If it's just about pay, you're not going to have any loyalty. Go by and say thank you. Thank you so much for coming today. Thank you for being on time. Thank you for working hard for me. Thank you for taking care of my family. Thank you for taking care of my clients. Thank you. Thank you. 2 words that are more important than the other 3, I love you. Thank you is more important than I love you. Just thank them for being part of it. And understand that if you want something in life, anything, you've got to give to receive. You've got to give of your time, your love, your talent. Whatever it is, you got to give first to receive something back. I mean, Zig Ziglar, it's a cliche, but Zig was so right when he said this. If you help enough people get to where they want to be, you'll get where you want to be. It's overused. We use it all the time, but wow, is it true? And Zig was a great man. Zig was someone who started with nothing and became very well known and wealthy and loved. And the last one's way more important than the other 2. He was loved by every single person that had an opportunity to spend quality time with him. So if you don't want to be held back from success any longer, understand that it's up to you. You take the ball, you run with it. You got to give before you can receive. You got to appreciate the way there and the way back and the way up and the way down and all the ways in between. And you've got to look at the group, the collective group that you hang around with. And it is true, you are the sum total of whoever it is you hang around or associate with. Understand that, and if there's got to be changes made, have the will to do that. Now let me get to the topic I wanted to talk about during this time. Customer no service. Customer no service. Man, I walked into more places this week and gotten customer no service. You walk into a restaurant, a grocery store, whatever it is, retail shop, and they give you the stare. You ever give anybody just the stare? I'm staring at you right now. Can you see the stare even though I've got sunglasses on? I'm staring at you. You don't know what I'm thinking? I'm just staring at you. It's great when you walk into a grocery store and they just stare at you. Nobody says, hey man, thank you so much for coming today, whatever store it is. Hey, we got some specials today. We're glad you're here. Any way I can help you? How could I help you? How can I serve you? Anything. Hey, don't trip over the crack in the floor. Hey, the rug's loose. Don't fall down. I don't care what it is. Hey, we got paint on the wall. Speak to me. Don't give me the stare. Does this make you uncomfortable when I just stare into the camera? We don't talk. We just stare. Yeah, it makes customers uncomfortable too. You go in somewhere, at least Moe's. I don't like being yelled at every time I go into Moe's. Welcome to Moe's! But when I go into Moe's, guess what? I got spoken to. Now they yelled at everybody, but at least you're acknowledged. It's just like a relationship. Do you like it when you're talking to someone, especially someone you love, you poured your heart out and they give you the stare? There's no acknowledgement. They haven't acknowledged that you're a human in front of them. So if you want your customer service to increase, and you want your profits to increase, and you want people to come back, welcome to our store. Is there any way I can help you? I'll be glad to. I've never gotten mad because I was inundated by helpful employees. It's true, the old cliche about Walmart. They've got, 18 checkout counters, and they've got one open. One. And you really have to put out wanted posters to find employees who can help you. Have you seen this guy? He's got on a Walmart apron, and there's a photo of him. Because I can't find him. Now, if you can find him, would you please help me? How do you expect to run a business where nobody can get any service, and nobody can get any reinforcement, and no one can receive anything from you? I've got a new book coming out. It's not them, it's you. It'll be out in a few weeks. Don't worry, I want to sell books, so I'll let you know where it is. But why did I write a book that talks about it's not them, it's you? Because I'm sick of customer no service. I'm tired of not receiving what I want when I go out to a restaurant, a retail store, the mall, any type of establishment that has face-to-face contact. Wow, do we have a lot of work to do. Now, there's some places that don't have any work to do. I'll give it to Chick-fil-A. As soon as I walk in, somebody speaks to me. I never have to get up and refill my tea. I never have to take my garbage. They'll come around and make sure I'm happy. And if I've got a complaint, it's handled immediately. The number one hotel chain I go to, well, there's two, Marriott and Trump. Trump in Las Vegas is still my favorite. Here's why. I'll walk in, and those guys have been there so long, Mr. Ferrell, I'm so glad to have you. I'm so glad to have you home. And there's a fragrance they have in the air that's unbelievable. I still smell it. I walk around the house going, it smells like the Trump. But you go in. They automatically make you feel like you just got home. Now, not at your home if it's not friendly, but somebody else's home. A home you like to go to. And it's like having mom go, it's so good to have you home, I'll have dinner ready in 5. You go relax, honey. That's what it's like to walk into the Trump. And they make sure that you don't have to do anything the entirety of your stay. And everything's handled immediately. Same thing at Chick-fil-A. Wow. They even have order takers out in the line now to greet customers. It's all about customer satisfaction. Kind of reminds me of dating, customer no service. If your spouse, if your girlfriend, if your boyfriend is happy with you, and they know that the customer service in this relationship can't get any better if they go somewhere else, guess what? They're sticking around. So many times I'll talk to couples or I'll talk to singles and they'll go, I'm so afraid they'll leave me. Okay? It's probably a valid fear. What are you doing in the customer service arena to keep them? Are they a satisfied customer? Are you greeting them? Are you validating them? Are you letting you know you're listening? And if there is a complaint, are you handling it in a timely fashion? See, relationships are business and personal. Because that relationship, customer no service, is a relationship. You have to understand that you can't separate the two. And I try to tell people when they hire someone, you're hiring who programmed them, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunts and uncles, daycare workers, teachers. So you're hiring a sum total of who they are. So I will put people in real life situations. If it's customer service, I'll sit there and go, hey, come here. Go ahead and greet those people. What comes out of their mouth next will determine if I hire them. Have they been taught basic skills of how to greet another human? So many people aren't. Just walk into any major grocery store right now, except Publix. Publix, they greet everybody as soon as they walk in if someone's standing there. Now, I don't expect if they're covered up and busy, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when there's free employees standing around giving you the stare. What happens if I just sit there and stare at you for 3 minutes? I think I'd lost my mind for one thing. But that's what it's like going in most retail stores. And they see you looking and you're still getting a stare. And you're trying to fumble around and find the right size or whatever it is. Still giving you a stare. And then you'll go, excuse me, could I get some help over here? And you'll get the stare and then you'll get the eye roll. Oh my gosh, you mean I've got to get out from behind this counter and I've got to help you? I don't get paid to do that. I'm paid to stand here and stare like a zombie. I know you feel me. I know you're sitting over there laughing right now because you know what I'm talking about. This happens on a daily basis. Why do we, the client, put up with it? Why do we put up with the customer no service? I don't understand. That's what I don't get. I'm not happy with this. So why do I stay? Why do I go back? Why do I continuously go back into the no love zone to spend my money? I don't. You're going to get one shot with me. Sometimes I'll give you twice if I talk to management. But after that second chance, I'm done. I'm not coming back to your establishment. And then I talk about you on TV. I haven't even gotten halfway through my list, and I feel like this is an important topic, so I want to cover it. Don't forget, Gabriel Bello is coming up. Let me go ahead and give you Gabriel's website. One of the best jazz artists on the scene right now. It's funny when you invite someone on your show, and you don't always read their bio because you know them, you've been to see their shows, you love them, you think they're great, and then you sit and go, wow. And you sit and read their bio on the internet, and you're like, wow. And you give it a couple more, 5 more wows, and you go, I had no idea my buddy was this accomplished. Because we look at our friends in a different way. You're not the music star, you're my friend. All right, Gabriel's website is GabrielBelloMusic.com. GabrielBelloMusic.com. Take the time to read the man's bio. Absolutely amazing what he's accomplished. All right, now we've got his music attached to the show today. Every single stoppage we have or every break we have, we're playing some songs from Gabriel's latest album. You can pick that up, GabrielBelloMusic.com, or go on by Facebook and you can like him there. Now, when we get back, I want to get back to customer no service. This is that important. Now, remember, I wrote a book. It's not them, it's you. Kind of like when we break up with people. It's not you, it's me. It's me. You did everything right. Well, this is flipped. It's not them, it is you. When a company has customer no service, the person I'm going to blame is always the CEO because it really is top down. If you have a question about this or any other topic that I'm covering today or in the future, questions at ScotFerrell.com, or you can go by 706-889-9700. When I get back, we're going to pick up where I left off on customer no service. So stick around. I'll be right back.
The 50-50 sale is back at Shattenkirk Ford. 50 trucks must go in the next 50 hours. Shop over 250 trucks in stock and starting as low as $79.95. And there's several more on the lot just like it. Yes, 50 trucks must go. And not just Fords. We have all the best makes and models. You have 50 hours to cash in on huge savings. Don't miss our 50-50 sales event at Shattenkirk Ford in Jasper. Online at ShattenkirkFordJasper.com.
While the best athletes gather to compete, the rest of us gather to eat. Pizza Hut's Big Flavor Dipper is here. Almost 2 feet of pizza with 4 flavorful dipping sauces. Big enough to feed the whole team for a small price, just $12.99. The Big Flavor Dipper Pizza, only at Pizza Hut.
El Rey and Elijah.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey in Elgin.
Introducing Pizza Hut's first $5 flavor menu. Just $5 each when you order 2 or more. Say yes to a medium one-topping pizza. Yes to Wing Street Wings. Yes to new stuffed garlic knots. And much more. It's easy to say yes to our first ever $5 flavor menu. Only at Pizza Hut.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Days ahead.
The summer sell down is on at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. And if you like to save, the time is now. Get a brand new Chevy Malibu for just $19,700. Loaded Silverado Crew Cab LT, just $33,500. Or a new 2017 Equinox from just $23,700. Days has bonus savings on every new Chevy. But time is running out. Don't miss the summer sell down at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Welcome back to Scott Ferrell Show. Thank you so much for letting me be part of your day. Now, when I left off, when we went to that wonderful break, I was talking about customer no service. What does it mean to have customer no service? It's not them, it is you. If you're a CEO and you're listening right now, please understand. It's your fault. If people aren't greeting people at the door, it's a culmination of every single thing that you've taught. One of my expertise is in the area of behavior. And I do go out and teach small businesses. I prefer to work with companies 50 and under. Now, I do have friends that I recommend for anything over 50 to 100 and above. And I've got friends that only do $20 million companies and above, and I gladly refer them. But when it's a small business, and I'm talking 50 and below, there's absolutely no reason why you cannot adhere to a certain creed of customer greeting and customer service. Again, I have to look at Chick-fil-A. Look how large that company is. Consistency throughout. Look at Trump. Again, I stay at every Trump hotel I can. This was pre-election because I understood what I was. Fremont. Fremont's another one. Marriott. Consistency. I understand what I'm going to get every single time. All right, customer no service. Let's say you've got a business right now and you've got to hire people. Just keep people to say hello. Hello. You had me at hello. It was good enough for Jerry Maguire's wife. How about me? You had me at hello. Hello. Hey, Lionel Richie said it. If you can't understand how to say hello, listen to some Lionel Richie. It'll help you out. Hello. You know, Lionel does a whole lot more smooth than I do, but I got a cool hat. And that's what matters. All right. Hello. How about a hello? Hello, hello, hello. Now, in some places, they've never been spoken to, so when you say hello, they're going to think it's God. God? Are you talking to me? God? Who is that? You mean there's an employee here that's willing to speak to me? I've done that before. I couldn't even figure out who was talking to me. And then I thought that the oranges were talking to me and the employee was behind them. Just greet people, man. Let people know that they made a choice that was the right choice. Hey, man, let's say there's 3 grocery stores right within a mile and a half of each other. What's the difference? You spoke and they didn't. People want to feel valued. As soon as you come in the door, I want you to know how valuable you are. All right, now, if couples, listen to me now. It works at home too, that customer service. If you let your family member know how valuable they are when they walk in the door, they'll keep coming back too. All right, let me get to this. Employees sometimes, and I asked some employees one time at a major retailer, I'm not going to use the name, where does your paycheck come from? Company. Where does the company get the money to pay your paycheck? Stockholders. Really? Okay. I said, all right, stay with me here. Right? You guys come with me for a second. It's great when you go into an establishment and you can tell everybody else's employees what to do. But if you act like you know what you're doing, you got a clipboard in your hand, they'll just go with it. I said, all right, look around at these people. Who are these people? Those people from my neighborhood. Okay. Let me reel this back in again. We're missing the point. Who are these people? They are called anyone, customers, good customers. Okay, customers come and spend money, yes, good. Customers, money. Where does your paycheck come from again? The company. Okay, we're still not getting this, are we? All right, let me help out here. This really happened to me. All right, customers who spend money give you your paycheck. If these customers don't come back and they don't spend money and they don't like the way they've been treated and they go next door, you're either going to have to go next door to get a job because you're not going to have one here, or you could actually do something about it now and help them. Which one's it going to be? So many employees, and I understand, get into the fact that you haven't trained them. They don't understand where their paycheck comes from. If the company don't make money, you don't make no money either. Look at what we've got right now with the $15 minimum wage. Nobody can pay that. Yeah, it's great. I can go over to Five Guys right now and I can get a hamburger for $5-6. If they're paying $15 an hour, that hamburger's now $11. Guess what? I'm not coming back. And so what'd they do? McDonald's went in because the customer no service, and they said, sure, we'll pay you $15 an hour. We're going to put kiosk in every one of our restaurants. So now the only person I really have to pay is a manager. I had to pay them anyway, and I wasn't paying them hourly. And now I got to pay my cooks. That's it. Excuse me. So now the only people I got to pay are the people actually making the hamburgers. The rest is a kiosk. It's automated. I don't need you anymore. So what did you do? Yeah, I'm going to pay $15 an hour, but instead of having 100 employees, now I got 20. Good job. Good job. It's always about supply and demand and what people can handle. Okay, so this customer no service does make a difference, and it's making more of a difference. I went around the other day to test my theory because people do have feet, and they can decide where they're going to go. So I went to all the major retailers in fast food. I don't even eat fast food. I go in and either get a cup of coffee or unsweet tea. I'm Southern, so I cut out the sugar, but I still drink the tea. And so I went through each one, and I had a watch, and I timed how long it took for them to speak to me, and then address what my needs were, and sometimes I invent a complaint, see how fast they'll handle it. Chick-fil-A still came out on top. I was trying to see if I could trip somebody up at Chick-fil-A. It was exact. They didn't stop at one. I went to another one, and I went to another one. I'm persistent. Every single time, it was the same response. It was, I almost started weeping. I was so happy that their customer service was so sequential and so drilled in and so ingrained and so coached. Then I went to the other ones, and it was all over the map. I didn't even know I was in the same restaurant chain. McDonald's used to be the gold standard. When I was a kid, we wanted to work at McDonald's because McDonald's had the best training program. If you're my age, over 50, you'll remember what I was talking about. And they understood customer service. They understood time. They understood drive-through times. Man, it was in and out, in and out, in and out, and it was perfect, exactly how it's supposed to be. Now I've started going back around, and I can't find any consistency at all. If anything, I'm starting to get to where I don't want to go to McDonald's at all, because that customer no service really rings true. Because in that customer no service, you always got to remember, people vote with their feet, right? They can leave your establishment and get in their car and go somewhere else. Okay. They also have something called word of mouth and social media. TripAdvisor. TripAdvisor, you had better make sure that your TripAdvisor rating is pretty high. I check that before I go on any trip now because I travel quite a bit. I either go speak or I've got events to go do. And I'm going to look there first. And what do people do? They're going to bash you. Just like a dating experience, go to Facebook. I'm really shocked at what people put on Facebook. I just broke up with this guy, and then we've got a whole line of what he did, his name, his address, his phone number, who he cheated with. That's all on Facebook. If they have a bad experience at your establishment, guess what's all on Facebook? Your location, who the owner is, who the employee was, what the problem was. It's all out there for the public to see. Why in the world would you do that to yourself? If you have something within your power to change that. Remember, customer no service. It's not them, it is you. It's always up to you. I went back into another restaurant the other day, Longhorn. I'm going to use the name now. I walk in. Okay, we've heard my experience with Longhorn. I like to catch the paper towel holder in my hand, I swear. It must be something about the wood they use in the restaurants, I don't know. One collapsed in my hand completely, so I went in another one the other day. Ended up with another paper towel holder. I know it's just not me with this situation. Why is it that corporate, and I can probably lay this as a general manager too, why is it they can't put screws in the wall and keep that thing on the wall? What's that tell me about what you're doing to my food? Are people washing their hands after they go to the bathroom? Is the restaurant clean? Because when I walk in, it smells like mildew. Is management handling it? Now, I talked to a really nice young man who was not the general manager, and he addressed everything I had. Super kid. I won't use his name on TV. But a super kid, very helpful, understood, agreed with me, ready to go. Great kid. Darden Restaurant Management Group should be glad this kid works for them. But I'm having the same problems at the same restaurant chain, regardless of location, and I'm getting the same crappy answer from management. That is not how you keep my business, especially from a restaurant chain that I really used to love going to. And they were the epitome of what I would say customer service. Now they've turned into customer no service. As I sat there that day, I watched a napkin sit on the floor for 15 minutes. I watched employees step on it. I watched the manager walk by it. I watched the manager look down at it and not pick it up. Then I watched every other employee that walked by it look at it and not pick it up. What's that tell me as a client? Can I really trust what's in my food? Can I really trust that you're going to do what's right by me? I'm not so sure. I don't want customer no service because in the town that I was in that day, there were 3 other steakhouses I could go to. And that's where I'm going next time. So understand, it's just like dating, and this is a relationship. What you do right now, how you greet me, how you love me, how you appreciate me, is going to be the determining factor of whether I spend dollars with you or I date you or love you. Keep that in mind. Now, Gabriel Bello is coming up. Don't forget, one of the best jazz artists you're ever going to see. When we go to break, you'll get an opportunity to hear some of the sweet sounds of that saxophone from Gabriel Bello. Let me go ahead and give you his website, GabrielBelloMusic.com. You can go ahead and take a quick peek at his resume, his bio, and how great he is in the area of music. When we get back on the flip side of this break, he's going to be with me. You don't want to miss him. Questions for you, questions at ScotFerrell.com. I am Scott Ferrell. Thank you so much for being part of the show. Got one more hour together. I'll be right back.
50/50 sale is back at Shattenkirk Ford. 50 trucks must go in the next 50 hours. Shop over 250 trucks in stock and starting as low as $79.95. And there's several more on the lot just like it. Yes, 50 trucks must go, and not just Fords. We have all the best makes and models. You have 50 hours to cash in on huge savings. Don't miss our 50/50 sales event at Shattenkirk Ford in Jasper. Online at ShattenkirkFordJasper.com.
While the best athletes gather to compete, the rest of us gather to eat. Pizza Hut's Big Flavor Dipper is here. Almost 2 feet of pizza with 4 flavorful dipping sauces. Big enough to feed the whole team for a small price, just $12.99. The Big Flavor Dipper Pizza, only at Pizza Hut.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey in Elgin.
Introducing Pizza Hut's first $5 flavor menu. Just $5 each when you order 2 or more. Say yes to a medium one-topping pizza. Yes to Wing Street Wings. Yes to new stuffed garlic knots. And much more. It's easy to say yes to our first ever $5 flavor menu. Only at Pizza Hut.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
The summer sell down is on at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. And if you like to save, the time is now. Get a brand new Chevy Malibu for just $19,700. Loaded Silverado Crew Cab LT, just $33,500. Or a new 2017 Equinox from just $23,700. Days has bonus savings on every new Chevy. But time is running out. Don't miss the summer sell down at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Welcome back to Scott Ferrell Show. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. I want to thank Gabriel Bello. It's a blessing to hear him speak, talk about the miracle that God did in his life, and it's always a cherishable moment to see the little miracle he got. She's 2.5 years old now, but she is so sweet. If you get to hear, Gabriel was not able to have children. God healed him of his cancer, and then he got the little miracle baby, and she is so sweet. Also, his wife is one of the coolest people in the world because she has purple hair. And as you can tell, I like people with cool hair. Cool hats, cool earrings, and cool sunglasses. So if you got that, you're down with me. All right, I promised I'd get to the mailbag. I know I hadn't answered many questions this show. I apologize. If you got a question for me, it's questions@scottferrell.com, or you can send me a text, 706-889-9700. Let me jump into the bag. All right, this pertains to yesterday, this question I've got. Rob is from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Scott, love this question. I got to chuckle before I even read it. Don't teachers get paid in the summer? Why are they always complaining about their paychecks? Wow. Rob, if I only had $1 for every time I got asked this when I was in the educational world, the answer is no. What happens is you only get paid for the 190 days you're on premises, basically. So a teacher has a 190-day contract in most states. Administrators, I think it's 235 or whatever it is. So you only get paid per day, so you get a daily rate. The thing is, they just instead of paying you in 9-month chunks or 10-month chunks, they pay you over 12. So you're only getting paid actually for 190 days. So no, taxpayers are not paying people to sit at home and do nothing. I really wish people understood that. Now you do. Now you understand. Rob, and this is a question so many ask me, and so many really want to know, because as a taxpayer, you want to make sure people aren't sitting at home on your dime. So if taxpayers' dollars do fund teachers, they want to make sure people aren't sitting at home eating popcorn or going on 15 weeks of vacation on somebody else's buck. No, they're not. You don't get paid for the days you sit at home. So summers are non-paid. You get the summer off, that's great and all, but you ain't getting paid for it. That's why you see a lot of teachers working 2 and 3 different jobs, or giving lessons over here or tutoring over here, because we never got paid. And that allowed me to start my business 20 some years ago of coaching people on the side, because being a behavior expert, whatever expert means, it means I've done the time, I've had the mentors, and I've had the clients, and I've logged the hours. That's what expert means. And I've seen just about everything, although every day I have something that surprises me. That allowed me to start what I do now. So without those summers off, I wouldn't have had time. And plus I was coaching, so I had to supplement my income by coaching. All right, thank you so much, Rob. Let me get the next question. Mary, Burlington, North Carolina, my old stomping grounds. What's the fastest way to lose weight? Get a divorce. I'm sorry. That's funny sometimes. Okay, no. If you want to lose 250 pounds, just divorce your husband. That's a joke. I've had to deal with a lot of turmoil and a lot of relationships lately, so I got to do something to lighten these things up. Because people seem to think that I can solve anything. I can't. I will find someone who can, though. With this, make a decision. It really still comes down to, do you want to or not? I was talking earlier about people want things to change, but they don't want anything to change. You want circumstances to change, but you don't want to change. If you want to lose weight, I'm not the expert in losing weight. I am an expert in making the decision, though. Why do you want to lose weight? Who are you? What's your purpose, plan, direction? Why did God create you? Answer those questions first before you take on the diet. Because life's not about dieting. Life's not about losing weight. Life's about lifestyle. In order to lose weight, to maintain the weight loss, and to have a healthy lifestyle, you have to make a decision. And that decision is, who am I going to be? What's my purpose, plan, direction for the rest of my life? And why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why am I losing weight? Is to make somebody else happy? Not going to work. To make my kids happy? Not going to work. Because I know without a shadow of a doubt, I've got to lose weight to be healthy, fulfill my purpose for God, and to have an outstanding life. Now we're on something. When the why, and you'll get this at every inspirational call or conference, when the why is powerful enough, you'll do it. It is a cliche, but it is true. Why do I want to lose weight? Why do I want to get in shape? Why do I want to feel better? Why do I want to prolong my life? Now you see where I'm going with this? So when you can answer that question, and the why is powerful enough, I'm trying to get a lady to come on my show, as a matter of fact. She's lost 150 pounds. Her why was powerful enough. Beautiful lady, inside and out. Trying to get her to live remote one of these days so I can introduce her to the world. Because I want to say, wow. People have to hear those stories. And let me see. Mary, just hang in there. But make sure your decision matches your why. Why am I doing this? If the why's got to be as powerful as it can be, because it's got to change you. It's got to change the way you do things. It's got to make sure that you can stay focused on a daily basis on why you're doing this and how it connects the rest of your life. Gyms are always packed in January and empty in March. Why? Because that why, they didn't have a why. It's just a resolution. Resolution basically means I've resolved my fact that I'm going to do this, and if it gets uncomfortable, I'm not going to do it anymore. Now, the why you have has got to be more powerful enough, because every time you decide to lose weight, some guy or some girl always brings cupcakes to the office. I love cupcakes, but I can't have gluten, so it really cuts down on cupcakes that I can eat. And normally if somebody brings something to the studio or the office, or they invite me over, I can't eat it anyway. I'm over there eating carrots. So check out why. I've got to get on. But Mary, thank you so much. Love Burlington. Don't get up there enough. But thank you for writing in. Let me go. Jenny's in Douglasville, Georgia. Jenny's had a tough week, it looks like. She's mourning the death of her dog, and she wants to know why it's so intense. Okay, let me ask you this. You've just lost your child. Do you think you would mourn? Your dog is your child. The old joke is, if the lady had to pick her dog over her husband, which one's she going to pick? It's a toss-up sometimes, and sometimes the dog wins outright. Same thing here. Your pet's your child. It's a very difficult thing to lose a pet. Every night, I don't like to say this in front of the camera, but I will. I sit and play with my kitty. I have a table right here where my kitty sits, and I play with the kitty. And if I'm not playing right, she'll take her paw and tap me on the arm. And then if I'm not petting her, she'll put her head underneath my hand and hit it like a shark does until I start petting again. That's how I know what time it is. I'm not a cat guy. I love dogs. But the cat's gotten to me, and now the cat's reeled me in, and now every night I sit and play and rub her head every night. So I understand that. And that's not reached child status yet, but I know how much I love my kids. And I can't imagine having a pet that I love that much. But for most people, it's a joke that a lot of my friends tell too, is they're dogs. So if you had to work on the dog or the child, which one are you going to spend the money on? Again, sometimes it's like the husband. It can be a toss-up. So our prayers are to you, Jenny. I know it's very difficult. The cliche is time heals all wounds. Sometimes it does. It gets back to the question Mary had for me: how do I lose weight? How do I get over this? A decision. Give us some time though. Remember, I'm not a therapist, a counselor, a psychiatrist, a doctor, or a lawyer. I'm a guy who's got a degree in multiple areas of special ed and behavior, and I've been doing this over 25 years. Anything I say on this show is for funsies, but I got a pretty good idea of how to do this because I coach people on a daily basis, and I have a consulting company. So, Jenny, our heart goes out to you. If there's anything that we can do for you, please let us know. All right, I need to get to one more question. I'm not getting to enough questions. Okay. Best way to show appreciation is my next question. All right, Scott Roberts in Athens, Georgia. What is the best way I can show someone I care about appreciation? The way they want to receive it. Okay, as I've said earlier, and I'm talking about you had me at hello when it comes to customer no service or customer service. Thank you. Thank you is the fastest way you can do this. You go up to the person you care about and say, thank you for. I tell people to greet their spouse in a loving way and say, thank you for being the best wife. Thank you for being the best husband. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for taking me with all my shortcomings. Thank you for loving me through the tough and the good times. Thank you for being a great mother or father. Thank you for being a great person in the community. Make a gratitude list. Again, I normally do a whole weekend seminar on this. Make a gratitude list. What are all the things you're thankful for in this person? Write it down. Tell you what, write it down and give it to them. Every year, I give my wife a Christmas present. All the reasons why I love you, and it's normally 100. And I write a different list every single year. And that's one of the things I do. And it's funny to have the guy who has dyslexia, because you don't really get a whole sentence list, you get a bullet point list. Because for me, forming sentences can be difficult. If you ever get an email from me or if you get a text from me, normally there's errors in it, so you have to read between the lines a lot of times. It's the reason why I don't type out a blog and I have to do a video blog. You don't want me to type out a blog, you won't be able to read it. But when I make the list out, sometimes it can be hard to read, but she gets the gist of what I'm trying to tell her. It's probably easier if I just did a video, because as you can tell, I can talk. It's that spelling, reading, and writing that really starts to trip me up. So the best way to show appreciation to someone, start with thank you. But find out how they want to receive it. Just like with love. If you want to show someone love, ask them how they want to receive the love from you. Is it a hug? Is it a kiss? I always tell people, if you're lost, if you're completely lost in a wilderness here, and you want to show somebody how much you love them, touch all 5 senses. Okay? Everybody can count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 senses. Let them hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it, feel it, and see it. Okay, if you do that every day, then you got something. Keep in mind, a relationship, a marriage, a dating relationship is an interview on a daily basis. You give them your resume on a daily basis. And based on that day's resume, and that love and affection and touching all 5 senses, they're going to decide the next day if they want to hire you. That speaks volumes. If we approach a relationship on a day-to-day basis, so we got a 1-day contract, we got a 24-hour contract, and at the end of those 24 hours, we can be traded, we can be cut from the team. So if I got a chance of being traded or cut from the team, do you think my performance on a daily basis is going to be better? Of course it is. Because I know, it's kind of like the NFL, I know I can be replaced at any time. If you know in a relationship that you can be replaced at any time, will your love go up? Will your appreciation go up? Will the demonstration of how you feel about this person increase? Yeah, it will. And I tell guys especially, because girls are really better at this. Show it. Let them hear it. Let them taste it. Let them smell it. Let her see it. And if she has all 5 senses connected to you every single day, there's no reason for her to go anywhere. It's just like customer service. If I know that I'm going to go over here and I'm going to get great food, great service, and if they have a complaint, they're going to handle it, why would I go anywhere else? Unless I'm traveling, I'm going back over here. It's like when I get coffee every day. I go to the same place every single day at the same time. They can set their watch by me. Same thing in relationship. So if you want to show appreciation, start where they want to feel it. Thank you so much for being part of my day today. Unfortunately, man, our time, where does it go? It goes by so fast. I want to thank Gabriel Bello for stopping by, enlightening us on jazz music, gospel music, and what God's done in his life. If you got any questions for me, remember, ScotFerrell.com is my website, and you can go to questions@ScotFerrell.com, or at any time if you want to text us, 706-889-9700. Got great guests coming up, one named Jessie. Don't want to spill the beans too much, but she is a CrossFit trainer who's figured out how to make the best granola I've ever tasted. Keep in mind as you go forth for the rest of the day, if there's somebody out there that knows that you love them, have you reached all 5 senses today? If you haven't, get to work. Remember, every single day in a relationship, they got to read your resume and want to rehire you. I'm Scot Ferrell. Thank you so much for being part of my day, and I'll see you tomorrow.